Hello, guys. Welcome in. Thank you guys for being here. I have to do something really quick here because for some reason, again, I sent out a link, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, but Jeff can't hit that link. And for some reason, it doesn't want to bring him up. And I don't know why. So there we go. Now, there we go.
Hello.
Hello. I don't understand. It's the same exact link that I'm sending you in Messenger. Same exact one.
It's weird. It takes me to your takes you to Fish Frenzy, but it says that in the upper left-hand corner it says ended, and it's just a black screen. I click on the link, but that's all it does.
That's weird.
It is weird. I was like, this is the same thing that happened the last time.
Exactly, but it only happens to you. Everybody else that I've sent links to, they're able to get up. I wonder if it's because I'm putting it in Messenger.
I think I'm cursed. I think I'm just cursed.
You're not cursed. You're not cursed. For some reason it's breaking the link or something. I don't know. But it's all right. You're up here now. That's all that matters. Thank you for joining me. As everybody knows, Maureen announced last week that she was having surgery. She went through the surgery great. She's fine. She's recovering. And I wish her well. I wish her a speedy recovery. Miss her to death. But that's why Jeff has so graciously agreed to come up and stream with me today.
Sure.
Because, yes, we want Maureen to get well quick. So, and we wish her. Maritza, hi. Thank you. Welcome for coming in. I think I said hi to everybody individually. Don. I missed Don. I'm sorry, Don. Welcome in. Yeah, I was trying to do the link for you, and I kind of missed saying hi to him.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. No, you're fine. You can't help it if the link won't take you here. It won't take you here. I mean, that's
so weird. I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, that I have no idea. That I have no idea. But yeah, so great auction you had. That was great. It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
And did you get rid of any of your egg clutches?
No, not yet. I know because Jason said that the post office was closed on Mondays for a holiday. Remember? He said it right in your live.
Oh, wow. I shipped Black Molly's out to David. It was open for me.
Oh, well, Jason made an announcement, 5-star betas. He said right there when he was selling them that Monday's a holiday. So I said, okay, well, then I guess everybody's going to ship on Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday's good, but I shipped today.
I didn't know that. And this is what I got. This is what I got for, I'll show you what they look like.
Ooh.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a really hard plastic. They don't cave in or anything like that. So I thought, okay, that'll protect. The clutch is really good. And the really neat thing about them is you don't pop them open from the top or anything like that. They actually show you that all you have to do is just go like this, squeeze, and they pop open.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So it's really, it's a pretty neat little.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be shipping them in here.
Nice.
Yeah. And right after the auction, I had another clutch laid right on the inside of they were in here.
So lucky. I
having fun.
Waiting. Haven't had one clutch.
Yeah, no, I got there's so many in there, and there's even some behind the filters that I couldn't reach and get out. So yeah, there's so many babies in there. I can try to show you. I wanted to give you a little bit of an idea of what I've got here. Here. I'll try to just do this with a solo. There we go. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But there are just tons and tons and tons of little babies in there.
Yeah, I see them. Wow.
And when I put, let me see if I can, there we go. Yeah, when I put the food, like the little, I forgot what you call it. I'll show you in a second. But when I put them in the tank, you can just see all the babies going crazy. They're just all over them. But yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's so cool. I love them.
There's Jody's guppies.
Oh, they're gorgeous, aren't they?
They are. They're absolutely beautiful. All of them are doing great. Yep, they're all doing really, really good. And I went ahead and put the moss. I bought some moss and put moss back here, and now the shrimp are just breeding like crazy.
Oh, that's
I'm
great.
getting tiny little shrimp that are in there that are breeding like crazy now. There's moss over here, and then I don't know if you can tell, but back in there, there's moss back in there behind the dragonstone and the driftwood. There's moss back in there.
Wow.
So they're actually doing really, really well. Really,
yes, we are.
Yeah, and Austin's plants are growing like mad. Yeah, they're growing like mad, as you can tell.
They look beautiful.
You know what's crazy is I just got done clipping them back, and already, I mean, you can, I don't know if you, and I do have all the duckweed out of that plant now. Finally. Oh, here we go. Let me do that. Sorry.
Oh, you got all your duckweed out? Wow, that's,
yeah.
I'm still battling mine. I got a lot.
No, I got all the duckweed out of that plant or out of that tank. It took me hours. I'm not even kidding you. It took me hours, but it's all out. Thank God. And I put all of the clippings. Oh, wait a second. I don't want to do that. There we go. Because it'll be too bright. Let me see if I can do it this way. I put all the plant clippings in here, as you can see.
Oh.
Let me get that out of there. Yeah, so they're already starting to grow roots, but I have to find a place to put all those clippings. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, I actually even put some back in with Big Red, but his light is so dim. I gotta get some of them plants out of there. I gotta get him a new light because the light is, I think it's going out.
Oh.
Yeah, it's getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. But yeah, so I'm overrun with plants. So if anybody wants some plants, let me know because I've got a bunch of them. Maybe I'll put them in your next auction.
Yes, absolutely. And mystery, if you want to do the mystery snails too, that would be, I mean, even the clutches and the snails.
Yeah. There's at least 3,000, if not more, in there in that tank, and they just keep hatching and hatching and hatching. And the ones behind, the one filter on this side, on Maureen's side, behind that filter, when I moved that filter out, I could see there was those super long clutches. And you can see every one of those hatched out already, and they're all in the tank. And so I scrubbed back there and got them all off. And then when I was putting together, or actually the last time I was putting or clipping the plants, I could see like 6 new clutches right behind there. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So yeah, they're just going crazy. It's mad. Hi, Peter. Welcome in.
You're definitely blessed with those mystery snails. I can tell you that.
Frank, welcome in. I just saw you came in. Sorry about that. Sorry I missed you.
Peter.
Susanna, welcome in. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I might have.
There's a Peter just came in.
Yeah, I said hi to Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Mike from M&C, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And I want to make sure I didn't miss Mexicali Jorge. I missed him coming in. Thank you for being here. Wayside, John and Jill, thank you so much for being here. John, I absolutely love the mug. I absolutely love all the other merch that you sent. Thank you so much. And absolutely, this guy's great. I love it. As you can tell, I've already got my signs put up. They're not permanent. I'm going to put them on the wall, but I just have them up there for right now. But
Is he
yeah,
the one that made those? He's the one that made the
yes, John and Jill, right there.
Wayside Coin list. Oh, nice.
Yes, I will definitely pass your love on to Maureen. I definitely will. I will
Yeah.
actually be talking to her today, later on.
I chatted with her yesterday.
Yeah, I did. I did too, but I didn't.
I got the Fish Frenzy cup, the mug, and
Oh, you did?
did you see all the treats that she put in it?
That's Maureen. Maureen always
Wow.
always does that. That is
Truffles. Oh,
yes.
delicious chocolate.
Yeah. Maureen's like that.
She's such a sweetheart.
She's a giver, and that's how Maureen is.
Yes.
Yeah. Flatbed Aquatics, welcome in. Good morning. Good afternoon now.
Hello, Dean. Hello, Dino.
Dean. Yeah, Dean's been here for I think he was one of the first ones in.
Oh,
Actually.
I was one of the last ones.
You couldn't help it. When you click on a link, if it won't take you where you need to go, then it won't take you where it's not your fault. I mean, you can't help it.
Yep, that's true.
Stitching it up. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how these links are working. That's twice. I just can't help but think that maybe it has something to do with maybe because I sent it in Messenger. I'm gonna try sending it to your email next time and see if that makes any difference.
I copied it and I forwarded it to my email, or I pasted it in my email because I can't get it. I don't have Messenger on my computer. And I wonder if that's the reason why it's taking me to the black screen, because I'm maybe in the pasting process on the email and then grabbing it with my laptop. Maybe that's, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. So I'll just try doing it that way. Dagmar, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hope your dad's fish are doing well.
Hi, Dagmar.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that, but regardless, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out what the glitch is in the way I'm sending it to you, and we'll just have to fix it. There we go. Yeah. So, did you get anything in the auction at all? Thank you, Amy.
Did I get anything in the auction?
I know David was bidding on some things.
Yeah. I don't think I did bid on anything this time around.
Oh.
I didn't have any money for one thing, so I didn't want to bid because I would be going against one of my main rules. Don't bid if you don't have the money to pay for it. So.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I will. Our next one's on the 31st. I'll definitely bid then. Yeah.
Awesome, Dagmar. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. All doing good. Awesome. Yeah, Shirley was cracking everybody up. I know you were busy, so you really couldn't pay attention to the chat. But oh my gosh, reading her comments, it was just hilarious. She's like, "Oh, I really want that. Come on, be brave. Try not to buy. Hi, Aaron. Welcome in. Okay, thank you. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. She was cracking. She was cracking everybody up because she's like trying to show restraint and not bidding on stuff because she's trying to stay within her budget. But all those beautiful fish was just making her insane. It was just crazy because you had a lot of variety in that one. That auction had a lot of variety.
I was surprised how busy it was. When I scheduled it, I didn't realize that the following Sunday was Easter. I didn't know. I didn't know that. And we still had 87 people in there at one point. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't on Easter. And I mean,
we had, we normally have, we were going to have Jody P and Cheryl, but they were out of town. So I understand that. So we missed out on those two.
Yeah, I was wondering why they weren't in the auction. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, Cheryl actually sent me a list, but then she didn't realize it was the Easter, so they were going out of town. So, I had a list from her, but yeah.
Stephen P, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, so I mean, I just feel bad because I thought today's Monday, yes, and I thought that the post office was closed today, so that's why I said I'll ship them out on Tuesday. But still, it'll be 2 day shipping. They'll get it before Friday, so I'm not going to worry about it. It'll
Mhm.
be okay.
Oh yeah. You know, now when you ship yours, do you just do them in the USPS boxes, or how do you do yours? What type of
No,
box?
I'm going to go ahead and just put these because these containers you can't crush them; they're uncrushable. So when I put the clutches in them, what I'm going to do is go ahead and put them in a bubble envelope.
Mhm.
I'm just going to put them in a bubble envelope and mail it off that way. It'll get there faster. And yeah,
Okay.
it should be good to go. But I love these. These are great for doing something like that.
Those
This
are
is
perfect.
like, yeah, they are actually really perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. I like them.
Now, how many
So,
did you get? How many of those did you get with your order on them?
I believe there's 24 in
Oh
here.
wow!
I believe it's a pack of 24. Let me see if it says. Yeah, I don't know.
I had intended on bidding on those, but I didn't. Like I said, I didn't. Wasn't able to. But I think if you have any clutches by the end of the month, I'm sure I'll be able to.
30. 30. There's 5 in a row 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Nice.
So 30 of them.
How many clutches? You probably put 2 or 3 clutches in there. I bet.
Yeah. I would.
Well, probably 3. I bet. Maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
depending on how big they are. Because some of the clutches I have are really, really large. I'll, I'll pull out. Oh, no, I won't be able to pull out one.
Hi, Jody P. Oh, she had Jody P had family in from town. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Happy belated Easter to you.
Yeah, I won't be able to pull them out because I pulled the light forward on the opening part of the tank. The light is pulled forward. So, because I noticed when I leave the light back, it's dimmer in the tank and you can't see the fish. So, for the live, I went ahead and just pulled the light bar forward. And so now I'm going to have to take the signs down and push the bar back in order to open the lid to get the clutch.
It's
So I'm not.
looking really good. The tank looks awesome.
Thank you. I'm really happy with it. I really am. Yeah. ALA Aquatics plants is what really did it for me. Yeah, I definitely love the plants that he sent. Absolutely.
Austin has some of the most.
He
I
does.
mean, his planting, how he in his tanks, how he has them scaped, and even after he sells the plants, they still look
Oh,
fantastic.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Hugh, who did you have on the auction selling plants? I forgot. Jeff
It was David's Aquatics.
David's Aquatics. Yeah.
David Senior calls him Junior.
Oh,
He calls him David Junior.
okay.
Our next one is on the 31st, Jeffro, of May. So you
Yeah, you have time. Hi, Mark. Welcome in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you. So you're just gonna do them once a month,
Yeah.
right? So
Once
it's
a
gonna
month.
be at the very end of the month. Now that's tentative, right?
It is, but I know that Skipper's having one on what is it, 10th or something? I'm not sure exactly when he's having his. So I wanted to keep it.
Man.
I wanted to keep it, away from his. So to keep it, get a
Oh, I
little
thought
distance.
he wasn't gonna do anymore.
Yeah, he said that, but I guess he changed his mind. I don't know. I heard him say that he was done with it, but
Oh,
I
okay.
guess yeah.
I'll have to go check that out then and see how his auction is. I don't think I've ever because when I was introduced to Skipper, it was after he had already said he was going to not do auctions anymore. So I've never been to one of his auctions, so it'd be fun to go watch and see what he's got going on and what they offer over there. That'd be fun. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I love the whole auction idea. I think it's great. Skipper's is on the 18th.
Oh, on the 18th.
Yeah, on the 18th.
Hey,
Okay.
Britton.
You know what? I'm going to write that down because you're right. I don't want to miss that. I'll go check that out. And if I don't write it down, I may miss it. And I don't want to do that. I need a piece of paper.
I think I'm busy on that day. I'm not sure. I have to check my calendar.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There we go. I will write it on this one.
It sounded kind of. You're right though. It sounded kind of final when he said that he was done. He just kind of got done with. He was kind of fed up with stuff he said. I don't know. That's what he said when he was in our live.
Yeah, that's where I read it when he was on your channel, and he was saying, "No, I'm not doing it no more," and I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's great. I mean,
hey, it's his prerogative to change his mind. That's nothing
right.
wrong with that.
Hey, the more of us that get together, and the more of us that sell to each other, and at least you know where you're getting them from. That's what I like about it. I like that you know where you're getting your fish from, and you can see how it's been taken care of by watching their videos. I mean, the care. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Jody, and Cheryl would never have a problem selling fish because everybody knows they put their heart and their soul into their fish.
They
and
really
when
do.
you're buying one of their fish, you're buying something that has been very well taken care of. So, yeah, I'll always buy from them too. I don't have a problem buying from them at all.
The White Cloud Mountain minnows that Cheryl sent me, and the blue-eyed Daisy's rice fish. Oh, you want to talk about beautiful? They are just gorgeous.
Well, I know Foxy was selling axolotls, and oh my gosh. I mean, I know they're cute. I know they're adorable. And I don't know. I mean, I don't want to have to set something. I'll tell you what, if I already had one set up, a tank, I would definitely buy from her because of how much care and stuff she puts into them. They're just so adorable. They just really are. I just always have loved them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just reading the chat here.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up too because I haven't really. The issue doing auction is when there are shipping issues with packaging, right?
What issue doing auctions when?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't. That's got to be the scariest thing is when you go to ship something off, and then now you're praying to 9 gods, saying, "Please, just make sure this gets there." I get it. This is going to be the first time I'm shipping off, but like I said, with this, yeah, I know they're not going to get crushed, and that's my main concern. Is I was worried about finding a vessel that I could put them in where they would not get crushed. This is going to suit me just fine, so I'm not going to panic. But I couldn't imagine trying to ship live fish. That would scare me. That would scare me.
It is. It's scary. I mean, it's nerve-wracking actually. When I shipped those fish to Gabriel, I mean, I shipped two orders out, one to Jonathan in Kentucky, and then I shipped to Gabriel, and his box got smashed, popped the bags, and they delivered it in a black trash bag and threw it on his porch. I mean, I probably still could. I could contact that insurance because that was just ridiculous. I mean, if they're that rough with it to break the box and the styrofoam and pop the bags, which is double bagged, there's got to be a lot of force behind that. I don't care who shipped it. Anybody could have shipped it, Dan, anybody, and they would have destroyed that box.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, you can pretty much guarantee that. I mean, almost, I'd say 90% guarantee that if you're used to getting damaged boxes, that is going to be a problem in your area with your postal service or your UPS or your FedEx or whatever. I have never, ever received something that was damaged from UPS, FedEx, or USPS. I know all my carriers. They all know me. I've never had anything damaged. The only thing I ever had damaged was when we first moved here. We bought a couch, and it was from the local delivery from the local warehouse where it was being shipped to. They shipped it here, and it got shipped busted. And so we had to go through the whole stupid thing of photos, sending it off to the buyer, and then the buyer replaced it, and it was actually sent in good shape the second time. Okay, we have a guest coming up.
Oh, good.
I'm going to add him to stage. Hi, Aaron. Thank
Oh,
you for
Aaron.
being here. How you doing?
It's been manic. Like I had the pond and the garden in bits when you messaged me a reminder. I was like, "Oh no, I can't believe I said I'd do that last week." But I've frantically gone as quick as I can to get here.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah, yeah. Once I saw what you were up to, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to expect him to come on. It's all good. You didn't have to do that. June, welcome in. But I do appreciate you being here. It's nice to see you.
How's everything?
Oh, everything here is doing great. How is your Asagi and your Tanso show that you got? How are they doing?
Mega. So the Asagi is massive, and it's a Tancho Sankey Leos. Now I did have problems. I had flukes in the pond that I identified like the day before I went to pick them up, but I chose to pick them up anyway because I thought if I'm gonna treat, I'd sooner treat under a stress event when they're all in and then they're all treated at once, and then I'm not adding no more. So I picked him up, held off for a few days, and then I'm currently in the process of treating now. First treatment didn't do nothing, so when you called me, I was in the middle of PP in the pond.
Okay.
So it was the first time I've done a PP dip before, but I've never done the entire pond. So I was a bit frantic when he messaged me.
Yeah, I bet.
That's the PP. That's the what is it? The
Potassium permanganate.
Yeah, permanganate. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and that's a really good idea. You do want to do it when.
Is that? Am I saying that right now? Potassium permanganate.
Yeah, he's from the UK, Dan.
Yeah, it's really stuck.
Wow.
Aaron sounds like a local from where?
Did you see that?
Yeah, what are you guys been up to this week?
Nothing actually. We're still waiting on getting our last piece of filtration up and running. It's just been the weather's up and down, up and down. We have high winds today. We had tornado watches yesterday. The weather it's just crazy. But we do have the 4 drums. We got the 4 drum filters cleaned, ready to go. I mean, they're already going. And yeah, so I mean, the water's crystal clear. I have no algae this year, which yay, I'm very happy about. So I don't have to worry about the algae. The pond is now matured, and the fish are doing fantastic. Are you going to take
that is good. Am I taking you out to the pond?
Yeah.
No.
No,
not today.
Not today.
Okay. I thought we were going to get to see that Asagi. That's all right. I know it's big.
No.
I saw the video. It is huge.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the water's like brown after PP. You won't see it now anywhere.
Yeah. I can't believe how big that fish grew. That's crazy.
It's absolutely massive, yeah. I when they all came in here, I remember them like all the fish prior to winter was a similar size, and that one just was the best eater out of everything in that van. And I thought it was just winding me up, and then same again. You'll be so surprised. It's absolutely massive. And then when I went, I was like, my God, it doesn't fit in a koi bowl.
I did that. I know it's mind blowing. I can't believe how big it grew. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
what was he feeding that fish?
Saki, but the
Yeah.
same as everything though. But I mean, once one just gets a bit bigger than the rest, they just dominate a tank like that. So it's absolutely. It's not really had like temperatures here to where it can be dominant in this pond because it's gone from a heated pond to an unheated pond. But still, when I threw a bit of food in the other day, it probably ate half of what I throw in on its own with like 2 mouthfuls.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You can tell it's huge. Is
Yeah.
it the biggest one you've ever had?
Oh yeah, yeah. By a long way. Um,
Wow.
I think. Do you know what? My dad's. I've just put a video out tonight. My dad's fish have all been moved from his pond to the pond we've built him, and I think it's on par with his biggest fish that he's had 20 years, and it's 2 year old.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's definitely going to be massive.
It is. It's going to be massive. Are you planning on keeping it or selling it?
Oh no, it's yeah, no, I don't buy fish to sell. They're all bought
Oh, they are
as
for.
part of
Okay.
the family. Yeah. The only predicament at the moment is that Nikki wants to call it Barbie, and it was my birthday present. Obviously, you can hear
That-
her whooping in the background. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I hear.
yeah. So that's
Oh gosh. So have you picked a name? Are you going to call it Barbie?
um, I have not yet. It's just
You've not committed yet.
I said I'd let the public decide.
Ah, okay. Then I know what to put my vote in for.
Please don't.
I can't go against. Oh no, that's a good name for. That is a massive fish. I cannot even express to you when I saw it, my jaw just dropped, and I'm like, that cannot be the same fish. That's just it, man. And then when you put it in the pond and you gave that view, it was like, oh my gosh, it's like you put a whale in that pond. I'm like, it just dwarfed every other fish when on camera. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, that thing is massive.
So I shared a couple of videos, like a portrait video. I shared that to a couple of people that have followed my channel for a while, and Jonathan is called this here sorry. He is a right character in the pond. Now he was the biggest fish in the pond at about 55 centimeters, and Jonathan looks like koi fry next to him. It's like I feel so sorry for him because he's just been. Is it demasculated? Is it? Is
Yeah,
that the
exactly. Because he
just
was the biggest.
absolutely just
He just
been?
he went from being the biggest to going, oh my gosh, what is this? It's like it's
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know. Can you show a picture of how big he is so everybody
Uh,
can see what you're talking about? Hi, Jose.
can if I send you a little clip? Can you?
Yeah.
How
Um.
do you know how to
Actually,
bring it on?
yeah, yeah. I'll just present it as soon as you,
Give me 1 minute. Let me see if I can.
because you guys got to see this fish. This fish is crazy huge.
Do you know what? Right, the video that I sent you the other week on Telegram. If you save that,
Oh yeah,
that's you'll have to save it to your PC first,
yeah.
and then you'll be able to play that.
All right,
I know,
hang
I
on.
know it's only a short clip that, but it puts into perspective. I
It
can tell
does.
you the two fish around it of size. Like
Um,
How's things in the basement, Jeff?
Doing well. Doing real well. Hasn't flooded in a while. I got my sump pump fixed, so everything's running pretty well. Had a nice auction. Got some fish out today. Good. Been going good.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, I've got a sump pump in my garden because my garden was when we bought the house. We used to have an air raid shelter in there, so it was predominantly quite a lot lower than all the gardens around us. But now I'm going to have to move it. That's going to be one hell of a task because my garden hasn't had a drop of water or flood in it since we fitted it. But we're having to do a bit of rearranging, so I'm not looking forward to that because it's about 1.5 meters deep in clay.
Oh, wow. Hang on.
Oh yeah, take your time, Jose. That's fine. Yep. I won't be able to ship anything out until next Monday. Anyhow, so that's cool.
There we go.
Okay. I will have to check that. I didn't see one.
It's from London. The chap's from London. I've just managed to pull the chat up from on my PC. That's why I sound like a local. Yes, please. It's because he lives in London.
I put the chat on my phone so I can hold it here. So my eyesight's not good. Got some new glasses coming in next month. Should help.
I've got my my PC monitor behind my phone with the chat like super massive, Jeff.
I should get a bigger screen down here, just one of those like a TV or something.
Mm.
Yeah, that is my monitor.
That's my phone with that as big. That's how big I've got the chat.
Oh, nice.
Right, you can if you click pop out chat, or like if you open a YouTube page but don't have keep StreamYard open as well, and click pop out chat, you can actually make the chat as big as what you need it to. So I literally don't have any of you guys on my laptop screen. I just have chat full screen so I can read it without going like that when I've got the camera on.
Yep. Super chat.
Okay. All right, I got it downloaded. I'm just trying to find it now.
Your tank's looking well, Chris.
Oh, thank you.
Gorgeous.
Oh, here it is. I got it. Okay, there we go. Now, let's do this. Do this. There you go.
Oh, wow.
Look how big that Asagi is.
So, just to put it in perspective, the Hiyatsuri is 53 centimeters, the black and red one, and the Tancho is 47. So,
Tancho. Oh, the black marking?
This shows you the sheer volume and a size of that, because
wow, that is a beautiful fish.
The fish that are with are no small fish, so it really does put it in perspective.
And the one right above the Asagi, that is Leo's Tancho Senki.
That's the one, right? And
that is a beautiful fish.
I love that.
It's been his favourite fish forever, Tancho Sanku, and the only one that he ever owned was he owned a model one that Chris won in a charity auction and sent Leo at a charity auction in the UK. So finally, after a couple of years of owning a a model one that is now has a real one to go with it.
Yeah, yeah. They had an auction in the UK, like you said, and I gifted him what I won in the auction, which was the Tancho Sanki. Now he actually has the Tancho Sanki, a real one, which that's like freaking awesome. I know he loves those Tancho Sankis. I was so happy that he actually won that because I was actually playing for him. He won it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so happy.
What is the black and orange one there? What is that? What is that
It's
called?
called a Hiatsuri.
Sorry.
Sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. So there's three different Atsuris. There's a black and red, a yellow and black. They're all black. And then a white and black.
Yeah.
Well, yellow and black sounds nice.
So
The yellow and black is what Maureen and I thrive for. That's our Kiatsuri. And the white and black one that he's
yeah, do you know what? You don't often.
What are you talking about?
Go on, Chris. Sorry, you broke up then.
No. You're good. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the Kiatsuris, the yellow and black ones, is from what I was told was an older variety, and it kind of that wasn't concentrated on in Japan as much as some of the other ones, and now it's making a big U-turn again, and that they're becoming a lot more popular. But I think what puts a lot of people off Kiatsuris is the black, the sumi in the koi really drops off when you put them in a blue ball. So on auctions, they may never look the best because they go and shy away, and the sumi sinks in the koi. But if you know what you're looking at and think, well, as soon as that gets in a black pond, that's going to look amazing. It's an easy way of being able to pick one up for good money because people might not bid on it because of that.
That is true. I didn't think about that. That is true.
Yeah, I've seen a few and I've witnessed them that I've seen in shops that when they go to auction, they put them in a blue ball, all the sumi crashes on them, and the people go, "Oh, well, that's a bit of a rubbish one." But the
Now, why
second,
isn't that happy with the Shiro? Why doesn't that happen with the Shiro?
because I believe I may be wrong. There's it's all to do with the base color of the koi. Now I can't remember which way around it is, but like a Sankey in a shower, a shower, I believe, if I've got it the right way around, is a black fish with white pattern, and a Sankey is a white fish with black pattern. It's the other way around.
Yes.
So it might be something to do with the way that it's the base color of the fish.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
But you don't often see, especially at like the UK show batch, you don't often see a great deal of them because they are renowned for being scared in a blue ball.
Oh, okay.
So that they're rarely put out there for that reason. So it's definitely, I have the other two, and I would definitely like that one. I've just got other things that I'd like higher up the pecking order.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Wow. That fish is amazing. I just can't stop looking at it. I don't know how you can even go inside and not stare at it. If I had that fish, I'd be out there staring at it nonstop. And it's just a monster. It's amazing. You had to have walked in there and you had to have looked at that fish and just went, "Oh my gosh."
Well, the mad thing is, I didn't even go in there for an asagi. Right, I went in there for a shower, and the guy who owned the shop, put 5 in a bowl, and then he said, I'd like to put something in the mixed here, and got an even bigger bowl and put it next to it, and said, you can have that for the same price if you want it. And I was just like, and I said to him, right, I'm going, and we flew on holiday the next day. And I said, you need to give me a week to make a decision. And I was sat on holiday, and I was 1 minute saying one thing, 1 minute saying the other. And I just was like, do you know what? I'm probably never going to get the opportunity to get one that's that big and body structure for that price ever again. So we just went with that. And Nikki liked it as well. It's the first time she's shown interest in a fish like that. So I thought I was winning there.
Yeah. Well, now you're happy. You're happy you went with your decision, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You can't not be happy with that fish. Yeah, that's a stunner. That thing is gorgeous. Are you thinking about maybe entering it sometime in the show?
No, do you know what? Although I love the show scene, I don't think I'd ever want to take my fish from my pond and take them to somewhere. I don't.
Fair enough.
That like the stress on me, not on the fish, would be too much.
Well, here's the thing too, and I'm right with you on that, because it would be very hard for me to not feed my fish for a week when it's summer, they're hungry, to not feed them for that week and then stress them out on a move. And then how long are they there? 4 days tops, I think.
Yeah, in the UK, it's the bench Friday, Saturday. So yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days. But like the way that they do it over here as well is they do it right slap bang in the middle in the growing season. So like
Yeah.
in Japan, they're at the end of a season, so you can condition them real well throughout. But most people that enter shows are heated over here, so they can start the summer season January the 1st and feed them up to the show. But it's not. I wouldn't want the stress because I would be literally stood back next to the vat for the 3 days without moving.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I
I like
agree.
to go. I like to go to the shows and enjoy it and have no worries. And that's something that I certainly don't want to go. And to be fair, Chris, I've been looking. I was looking at flights and stuff to go to the show at your side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Like after watching Ty's video on that, I was thinking, do you know what? Wouldn't it be nice to do? It's a long way to go for a weekend, mind, but wouldn't it be nice to go to Vegas to go to the All American Koi Show?
Yeah, it's definitely an event. The people that hold it are really good people, but I wish they would fly out to yours and go to the nationals and see how you guys are so structured in what you do. You've been doing it so long, you've mastered the art of doing it. And I think we would benefit going out there and watching what you guys do and then coming back and replicating it. Because, I mean, after listening, Maureen just really explained exactly how you guys do it. There's no question who won. Everything, I mean, there were some issues. They're working it out. Mystic Koi is doing a fantastic job trying to do this all on his own. But I wish he would fly out there and go watch your koi show. And he would get a lot more pointers on the way he should be trying to get a goal to get ours the way yours is.
I think it's definitely been accelerated by flying in Japanese breeders and stuff like that. That like has certainly accelerated the American show way quicker than what it would have been without it.
Oh, I agree. And
Like,
they were really nice. The whole time we were walking around there, they would come up to you and talk to you. And answer questions. They made themselves available if you had a question, which I thought
Yeah,
was really nice.
for me, that's one thing that the UK is really missing. Like, all the people aspire to have some of their fish in the pond, and the fact that they're there and they've brought fish there, like, would be amazing to go and shake the hand of some of them people. So that's one thing that you guys certainly are doing really well. And I'd love to see that firsthand.
Well, this year, after watching Ty's video, I could tell that they actually judged right out there. Now, the first year they did banquet, and nobody got to see. We were just told later the next day. So it was a big downer for a lot of people that went. It's like being able to sit there and watch the Derby, but halfway through the Derby, you're told to put blinders on and we'll just tell you who won. How fun is that? You want to watch it. That's why you're there. And we weren't able to do that. And they changed it this last year. So that was really, really nice to see that we actually could watch it and watch the judging and see how they judged, what they were looking for.
Yeah, I think so. In England, they have in both big shows they have something called the centre ring. So they make the vats in like a big rectangle, and only the judges can go in the middle, and they go around the inside where they can't be with the public, judging all of that. And that's just happening the whole time you're there until it's been handed out. That also gives them an area where they can have a bench tester set up for testing all the water, and they can go from one to another and keep a really strict test on the water that's going of all the ponds. You know, they do that part really well because at least they don't have to like mingle with people, the water tests and stuff like that. The way that they physically have it laid out is very efficient.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Hopefully one day we will get to where you're at in efficiency.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, the quality after seeing some of the koi that was taken there, the quality was certainly there this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you typically feed every day in the summertime, Aaron?
Me, in
Yeah.
the summer, I feed 8 times a day.
8 times a day. Okay.
Yeah. I feed little and often because if you feed the amount that the fish would need, like twice a day, like the spike of ammonia that you would get from that would be a real lot for the filters to take. But because you could get the filters, so I don't just start feeding 8 times, I'll do 2, and then the next week I'll add another one, and you'll get a slight ammonia spike. And then when that clears and your nitrite has fallen, then I'll add another one and get it up to where the bio load in the filter can handle like eight feeds. And them feeds won't be massive, but they'll be getting fed every other hour throughout daylight hours. And it's a way of never having like, I don't say I don't water test, but I get it up to that point and I know that the amount of food that's going in, the filter will be able to handle it. You know, I see people go to the pond in the summer and throw like 3 handfuls in. The filter's not ready for that because it's probably already under load from a previous feed. When, even though I'm a big firm believer in auto feeders because you can, if you get it set up right, you can have it very structured and your filters can be on a timer then of when they need to break down ammonia.
It also fish in nature. I mean, they will go around and they'll graze all day long. So
Yeah.
that's, I mean, feeding, there's nothing else. I mean, it makes them more comfortable. It's more natural, I think, for them to eat several times a day.
Yeah, in all fairness, like the way that I was looking at that, and I'm going to try it slightly different this year, is that when you go fishing for carp fishing, like lake fishing, most people go on the night. You know, and night fishing, they sleep in bivvies and they catch more on the night than they do in the day, which then puts in my head is, should I be putting feeds on in the night as well as the?
It's
And
weird that you say that because I thought about that before. I thought about that before a long time ago. I was like, why is everybody like certain kinds of fish you go certain times a day to catch?
yeah,
And it's like,
well,
there's a reason why they're doing this. What is it? Is it that that's when they prefer to eat? And I was going to look into that and I forgot about it. And you just brought that up and it just reminded me of that. I think you're onto something.
so a chap who lives across the road to me is he's a professional fisherman / YouTuber that fish for carp, and all the fishing they do at night. And so there's me thinking that, well, are we deliberately feeding them in the day, or is it they feel safer to eat at night for predatory reasons? It could be that. They could be thinking, well, I might not get struck by a heron, or they might just like eating all the time. So it's something I was going to try and experiment with, maybe try and keep the same amount of feeds, but space it over 4 hours and have it go into darkness hours.
Yeah. Now I know I have fed mine late at night before and it's dark. I mean, they come right up and eat. Not a problem. I mean, there's just times where, I mean, I'm a night owl, Jeff knows. And there's times where we just go out at the pond at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'll just throw some food in. Not much, just some. And they'll pound on it. I mean, they're right there, they're on it. So they will eat at night just as well as during the day.
Well, we've got a bar directly at the foot of our pond, so we've been out there quite late. And when I know the water temperatures are like above 20 degrees, they've been getting fed. I've continued the every 2 hours to like we come in from the bar, and they still take it no matter all the time. Once the filter's at the point where it can handle 8 feeds, it'll literally just, I could throw it in and it'll absorb it, no problem.
Yeah, there's a hotel, the Marriott, out in Las Vegas, and they have a massive koi pond, and they're like right next. It's right next to the Suncoast where I used to work. I'm gonna ask. I have a friend that's an officer over there. I'm gonna ask him when they have their auto feeder set up, if it's at night or during the day.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, you've got massive differences there. Of it might be cooler for them to eat as well at that point, mightn't it? Do you know, with because you must really hit some high temperatures in Vegas in the summer.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. We can. It's no big deal to get up to 115, 118, 20. Yeah, I mean it can get hot in the desert, but it just makes me wonder if they actually feed at night. I never thought to ask, so I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna get a hold of my friend at in Vegas and ask him when they feed their koi at, if it's daytime or nighttime.
Yeah,
I have a question for both of you. Now, I know very little about koi, but I do keep aquariums. I've kept it for a long time. Is there any type of other fish that you would keep with your koi, like on the bottom, to help pick up the excess food that they might miss, or is it a non-issue?
I mean, that is a really good question, Jeff, because it's one that me and somebody else on YouTube will be going quite far in depth with, so I will skate over it because I don't want to ruin something that we're putting a lot of work into. But there is a massive difference on how UK ponds and how US ponds are structured, because there's a lot of ponds in the US that don't have bottom drains and have a lot of gravel and stone on the bottom. Now, in that scenario, I think that would be an amazing idea to have something like that where that goes. But the bottom of UK ponds are like clinically tapered towards a drain, and you generally don't get no settlement on them at all. It's like 45, well, not 45, but they're like sloped towards a central drain, which is generally like 4 inches wide, and the amount of water that's normally pulled through one of them will just suck it straight from the bottom, so there would be nothing on the bottom to it. But there is like a big, they're called aquascape scene in the US, where they do have some really beautiful ponds, all natural stone and stuff like that, but then stuff will get caught in that where bottom feeders would be great. But then carp are bottom feeders in the wild, so it's whether smaller stuff might benefit.
Yeah, because there's no way you can bottom feed. You can't put sinking pellets in there because they'll be gone. So
Do you know what? So I had some Takazumi gold for winter, and like maybe 1 in 10 of the pellets are sinking. And in my pond, if I throw that in, they will not even hit the floor before the fish. They'll know that they're sinking, and they'll get them before they go to the top.
yeah.
Yeah, they're straight on it. But yeah, like there's some ponds that you can feed, like people do feed all sinking pellets. Or they put it in the feeders so the fish are at the top eating while there's predators about. But yeah, that it won't work in my pond. If you put a full feed in there, it always gets sucked into the filter.
Yeah.
I have to use sinking pellets with most of my tanks, otherwise the corridors, they won't get much of the food and fleckos and whatnot. I throw algae wafers in, the other fish, unless I do it at night after the lights are off, they won't get much to eat, because the other fish, they love to play around with them and eat it. They keep them away from the plecos, so they don't get much to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what? We're going to be redesigning this room soon, and these square holes in the wall, I would love to make a tank in both of these squares with a pipe in the middle. It's something I've been thinking about, because the underneath of it is a hole in the wall for where the dog goes and sleeps. Like that, look. Right. So it's like the dog's little Harry Potter cove. But I'd really like to put a fish tank in there. How difficult that would be. But it's been on my mind for a while now to try and get either one cube or 2 cubes and try and interlink them. That would be it'd be really cool to look at.
One thing to make sure you want to do is make sure you have enough room to do the actual work.
There's plenty of super tank experts out there when we come to.
Yeah,
you want to make sure you're able to actually get into the tank.
When it comes to hitting the inside of it out with a hammer.
They might only leave this much room, and they can't even fit their hand in there to do anything. I've seen that mistake.
Has Jeff lagged out?
I'm sorry?
what happened?
I don't know.
I think maybe he
I
froze.
don't know.
Hey, Christopher.
Hi, Christopher. Welcome in. And we're actually going to be closing it down. We're at our 1 hour mark. So, Aaron, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Good to see you, mate.
For showing us your
No problem. Sorry, I was worried.
No, you're fine. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
I really, really do appreciate it, and I appreciate you. And please say hi to Leo for me.
And keep us
I'll
posted
feel-
on the tank there that you're going to do. That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be really good.
Yeah, it's something that I've thought of for a while, but whether we put two small individual tanks in there,
Well, it'll be interesting to
but
see what you wind up with.
Yeah, absolutely.
like the next shelf above it, I was going to take the bottom of the shelf out so I can get into the tanks from there. So I'd need something that's low maintenance.
Okay.
You might possibly be better off with one big tank that would just completely take in that area.
Yeah,
As far as this goes, because the bigger the tank, I mean, it usually seems to be a little more steady in the parameters and whatnot. That's just my opinion of it. That's what I would do.
but that I would have to. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Mhm.
But so these squares though are the same across both sides of the room, on that side of the chimney and that side.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So putting one big one in, I would still want that pillar in because otherwise they're all exactly the same width. That one, all the top ones, the ones at the other side. So if I just chop that out and put a tank in there, it'd look a bit wild.
Yeah.
But I have thought about chopping it out, putting a tank in, and then putting the pillar back in over the front so it looks the same as like a fake pillar.
There you go. You can do that.
But yeah, there's when there's people like Jeff on YouTube that you need tank advice off, they'll be certainly getting hit up when the tape measure comes out. I've got too many projects on the go at the moment though, so that is well on the back burner. My garden's like a bomb site.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything. You just got a
Yeah.
lot of work ahead of you. You're getting there. It's all good. It's fun. Keeps you busy.
Well, thank you guys for having me on. I know when Maureen said she's not going to be there, I was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll pop on," and I'd completely forgot.
Oh, you're fine. I appreciate you being here, Aaron. I really, really do. I appreciate your time, and I know how busy you are.
Do you
And
think Maureen will be back?
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, do you think Maureen will be back next week?
I'm pretty sure she will be, yes, but I will keep you posted.
Good.
But Jeff, thank you so much for being here as well. I'm going to turn these people loose so they can go finish out their Monday. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it now so everybody can take off and enjoy their day. Thanks, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
Thanks, Christine.
Yep. Bye.